What is up, y'all? We are gonna go live early just so I can get enough people in here. That's what I want to do. Cause I want to get y'all in here immediately so we can get to talking. I am on my my new system that I used to do my recaps and stuff. So I'm gonna try and remember how to work this thing. I know we got to get comments. I don't know where the comments are at, but I hope to God people show up because there was 30 people that said they wanted to see me on here. Let me see all comments and reactions. I guess that's going to be right here. But yeah, we'll give y'all time to come on in. And when you do come on in, make sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're new. You know what we're talking about. Right now I'm talking to myself, I believe. So we gonna see. And yeah, this is gonna be funny to watch back because I don't know if people are here or not. And I'm looking now, I see one viewer. The one viewer that's in here right now, make sure you get in them comments. Let me know you here because we gonna talk. It's 30 people that should be in here. Because 30 people said they wanted to watch me go live and talk about this. So I need 30 people to be in here so we can get to talking. Thank you for that thumbs up. Get in the comments. Get in the comments. Make sure to share the video. I started early because I wanted to at least get the notification off. You never know. For people in here, love it. Make sure y'all get in the comments. Get in the chat. Let me know y'all are here because I'm going to feed off of y'all. Make sure to thumbs up the video. We got 6 likes on it right now. We got 4 viewers right now. So make sure to get in the comments. Let me know you here. I don't know if I'm looking at the chat or not. Hold on. Because I'm on my system that I use for my recaps instead of the other one. So let me see. Where's the chat at? I don't know if I'm looking at the right thing. Okay, I see a like. Good. I'm trying to remember how to get to the comments. I probably should have did this before I went live. Y'all let me know if am I on? Are y'all seeing me? And if my Wi-Fi start acting up, y'all let me know. Where is the freaking comments? I'm trying to I'm gonna crack up because if y'all sitting here talking to me and I don't know, this is gonna be hilarious. Okay, boom. Esther, where you been at? I ain't seen you in a minute. How do I add you to here? Esther, where you been at? I ain't seen you since my OG challenge recaps. Where you been at? We got 4 of y'all in here right now. Make sure to get in the comments like Esther. 7 of y'all in here. Get in the comments like Esther. Let me know that y'all are here. I'm waiting. I'm trying to get at least 5 minutes in before we start going through it. We're going to go through each couple. It's not going to be like a play-by-play like I normally do with my recaps. If you're not a new viewer here, you know that's how I do. Chick-fil-A. The cast pissed me off this year. They pissed me off too. Like, I feel like when I sit and think about it, the cast itself, I feel like, honestly, none of the couples that lasted should have stayed together. We'll get to it though. But I think we're just going to go ahead and get started because I don't know how many people is going to be here, but we'll go ahead and get started. What I'm about to do now is share my screen. We're going to start with the couple that is... We're going to go from the least important to the most important. And obviously, one of the least important is... Actually, is that in order? Yeah, one of the least important was Vanessa and Dave. All right, y'all, I'm back. So y'all let me know if it's still freezing or not. All right, let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about Vanessa and Dave. They are... It's just not hot in here. Y'all let me know. Is it still freezing? Let me know if it's still freezing before I go. Let's see. We got 6 people in here right now. Y'all let me know if it's still freezing. But we're going to keep it going. So we got Dave and Vanessa. Vanessa is the ultimatum giver. Dave is the ultimatum receiver. He's 34. She's 30 years old. What did I say in there about? I don't know if this is exactly Vanessa. Yeah, this is Vanessa. She said, I want someone to make me feel like I am their dream woman, that person they're choosing to start their life with. Vanessa says in the trailer. Dave, meanwhile, feels that when it comes to marriage, he wants to take his time with the decision-making process. And they were together for 3 years, if I'm remembering correctly. So she was the one that came in here issuing the ultimatum. So she wanted to be married. I believe he was the one that was calling her his wife, saying like she'll be everything, pretty much saying that she is the wife. Okay, it's looking good now. Okay, good. Okay. Well, he was the one that was saying that she was pretty much, I believe him and Micah with Chanel were both using that wife term, but didn't want to do it literally, like go ahead and legally make that happen. Which was why Vanessa wanted to bring him here. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, Vanessa said that she was trying to figure out what the issue is that was stopping him from committing to wanting to be married. Not the least important. That's what they are. But this couple, I really could care less about, honestly. I was excited to see where it was going to go because we all know Vanessa ended up linking with Nick. And it seemed like in their first 2 dates, which I think it was the beginning of the first day and then the end of their day, they looked like they were hitting it off. It seemed like it was pretty receptive on both ends. So I was like, I'm excited to see where this goes. But of course, we know what happens later on, which I'm glad it got cleared up at the reunion, at least from Vanessa's side, why she left and why her and Dave left, which made sense. What was y'all's thoughts on this particular couple? We'll get to Nick in a minute. But what's y'all's thoughts on this particular couple? We got 2 people in here right now. Make sure to let me know what y'all's thoughts are on that. But while we're doing that, we're going to keep it moving. Because this couple, like I said, I don't really care. They ended up leaving to be with each other because he didn't have anybody at the end of the day. He felt like his best connection out of the new girls was Aria. And I could tell whenever she pretty much shot that down that he was not what she wanted. They didn't have any chemistry. That's when he realized, okay, well, I don't have any options here. Let me go ahead and cling back with Vanessa. Vanessa then saw Nick for who he is and saw it's time to get up out of here, which it was a smart decision to make considering everything that's going on with Nick and how old Nick is and everything that he does. She made the right decision to leave. Dave definitely wanted Aria. She didn't want him. that was what it was. But they bounced up out of there. So we'll keep it moving because I don't think we really have anything more to talk about that couple. For sure not. This couple right here, Chanel and Micah. This couple right here, like Movie Bay said, this gay production plant couple. Like, they just had to be there to shake it up a little bit, which is what they did with them leaving. Chanel was 27. Micah's 28 years old. She gave the ultimatum to Micah. Chanel said despite giving an ultimatum to Micah, her boyfriend of 2.5 years, she's hopeful that breaking up for the experiment will bring them back together stronger than ever. But Micah doesn't necessarily believe that now is the right time to get married, essentially. So, this couple, I knew they was going to get back together. I just didn't see it where there was anybody else in here for Chanel exactly, because it was clear she was all about Micah. And then just from the conversations that we saw Micah having, it was clear nobody there was really tempting to him to even try and have or build a connection with that could end up swaying him away from Chanel. See what you said, Esther. They could have at least come to the reunion to explain why they left. I know, I wanted to hear why they left. Like, it was clear because whenever Chanel was linked with Dave. Chanel was linked with Dave. And the two of them, you could tell they were good on a friend level. Like, they both could talk out their issues, the things that they have questions about within their relationship, because they both knew that they really wanted to be with their other person, which I feel like they were good friends. It was good for them just to kind of be with each other because they're not going to do anything. They're just waiting for the opportunity to get back. And they both gave each other good advice. You forgot about them, Jazz. Low key, like, they were in the background. Because if I'm remembering correctly, on the first episode, they didn't really get much focus. She is beautiful. I was shocked they weren't on her heavy. Because she ain't want them. That's the thing. She ain't want them. But then when you sit and think about it, the ones that were there, we'll get to them later on. I got some thoughts about the other ones that we're waiting on. But Chanel and Micah, what was I saying? Chanel and Dave, they, like I said, they were bouncing off of each other on a friend zone. Like, they were cool. They both knew they was just going to be friends. There wasn't much to it. This is kind of like a placeholder. We're going to sit here and see what we can do to go back to our original couples to figure out how to make it work. And what was y'all's thoughts on her hair? Because I saw a lot of people saying stuff about her hair, the way her hair looks. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Y'all, I think we got a bunch of black women in here, so I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that. Yeah, she is very pretty. And she seems very mature for her age. I think so. Even though she's 27. What am I saying mature for her age? She's older. But she seems very mature. She seems very mature. She seems like she knows what she wants. But Micah. I was questioning Micah because considering the fact that he was hesitant at first, but when they were sitting at the table their last night together as a couple before they broke up, when he knew that she was going to leave with Dave and then he started to get emotional, was like, that's my best friend, like, take care of her. I was like, okay, so yeah, he probably really love her. And I'm like, at this point, if you do get back with her, you need to do what you need to do, which is to lock it in. Because at the age of 28, I feel like you should definitely be locking it in, especially after 2.5 years. I feel like that's too long for both of them of that age to still be like boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, you should be able to make a move now. Because I'm that type of person too. Whenever I date, I'm not dating just to date. Like, I'm 29, but even when I was 21, 22, I'm not thinking just to date. Like, I'm looking for long term. I want a family. I want to have kids. I want to be married. I want to do that. So I feel like at that time, at 28, 27, I feel like you should be thinking about that. And if you're not doing that 2.5 years in, I feel like whoever is the one with the cold feet needs to be the one to either tell you to leave, or you, the one that's ready for it and know that you're not going to get it, you need to leave. So they ended up leaving whenever I think it was the first night when she stepped out to go run at 3 a.m. in the morning. I knew Dave didn't care because there wasn't really anything to really discuss. Because like I said, they was like basically on some friend zone stuff. I was like, they're probably, in that moment I was thinking they're probably going to end up cheating, even though they're a couple. But, you know, that's what I was thinking in the moment. But then when it happened, I think it happened again. I think it was the second time. Did it happen twice before they ended up leaving? Regardless, I was thinking that they were going to leave. And, of course, that's what happened. It looked off. The curls were too tight. Gotcha. Honestly, this was the first season the whole cast eats. Everybody was attractive. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess for the most part. But the cast itself, the personalities, yeah. But that's all I wanted to talk about with Chanel and Micah, because that was it. Like, what more storylines did they have? We're now getting into, I'm going to save these two. I'm going to save them two. We can jump, we definitely going to jump to Mariah and Caleb. Mariah is 24. Caleb is 29. Before we get into them, we got 11 people in here right now. We almost equaling the amount. But 11 of y'all, make sure y'all get in the comments. I'm seeing Esther. I'm seeing Princess. I'm seeing Jazz. I want the other 9 of y'all. It's 13 of y'all in here now. Please get in the comments. Let me know y'all's thoughts on these couples as we go. But Mariah and Caleb. Mariah's 24. Caleb is 29. Mariah is the one that gave the ultimatum to Caleb. Mariah may be young, but she already knows what she wants out of her relationship with Caleb, which is a ring. She wants to be married. I want to experience as much of the love as I possibly can fit into my lifetime. She says in the trailer, I would love forever to start right now. Caleb, on the other hand, doesn't want to rush into it. Interesting. Caleb's 29, Mariah's 24. You would think the opposite. Because typically, I think the older you are, the more you think, okay, my clock is ticking. When you're young and fun, you're trying to be young and turn, you ain't really trying to commit to anything. That's what I would think. But looking at this couple, on first glance, when it came to it, I was like, okay, I can see why he might have cold feet, because she seems very clingy. She, like what Movie Bay said in her recap, the constant communication, how she always wants to always be communicating. That can be a double-edged sword. Like, there's a certain extent of communication that I feel like is needed. Like sitting around talking all day long, not really having your own life outside of your relationship, that's going to be a problem. And that makes me understand why he had cold feet. Let me see what you said, Princess. Mariah is so articulate and sweet, shouldn't be begging a man for marriage, should even be on reality TV, way too smart for that. I fully agree. Because, and how many years were they together? I feel like they were together for 3 years too, if I'm remembering correctly. I feel like a lot of these couples were together for a while, except for, I believe, the ones that were together for the shortest amount of time, I believe, was Scotty and Aria, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, she's young. She's very, I feel like she knew what she wanted as a 24-year-old, but she's a woman too. That's the difference. 24-year-old man compared to a 24-year-old woman, it's completely different. 24-year-old man wants to play around and play games and get his you-know-what wet. A 24-year-old woman typically already knows what she wants, and she clearly knew what she wanted. I feel like Caleb, he's so relaxed, and Caleb was super chill. I feel like out of most of the people there, he was definitely one of the more decent human beings. I feel like out of the women, I feel like there was only one that I didn't like at all. Like, did not like at all. Mariah, oh shit, almost dropped my damn drink. Zaina, too, about the Mariah comment. I forgot what the comment was, but we'll get to it. But Caleb, when Caleb met Aria, right here, the two of them, I was like, yeah, they look like they're going to be platonic. It seems like it's going to be just a good friend zone, kind of pretty much the same situation with Dave and Chanel. I was getting that vibe, and you could tell both of them initially were not really thinking about, even possibly thinking about each other in a romantic way. They had good communication. They bounced off of each other well. I like their energy. When we're talking about the couples that recoupled, this was the one that I was the most behind. I was like, okay, I like where this is going. It's like they started off as friends. Caleb was high. I can believe that because his eyes are super. He always looked like he was high to me. He always did. Caleb was the best option, but so boring and not into Mariah. He wanted Aria and was scared to admit it. I was trying to build up to it, but you beat me to it. You beat me to it. But yeah, they was building on a platonic level. But as each day went on, you could tell it started to grow a little bit more, especially on Aria's end. You could tell she really was starting to feel him. And he, like you just said, you could tell he was feeling her. If you ask me, he was. And he didn't want to actually really fall into those feelings. He wanted to still keep Mariah in the back of his mind. And I feel like he was definitely, he lied to himself. And Aria knew it. Because whenever they had that conversation going to, I think it was the girls and guys night, I believe, he was like he's trying to downplay their connection, try to make it seem like it wasn't an emotional connection when it really was. Like, I feel like he was connected more with Aria than we've seen him connect with Mariah throughout the entire experience. Because whenever they connected back after the 3 weeks of the trial marriage, him and Mariah was sitting around arguing the entire time. So I'm like, at this point, Caleb's either going to leave single or he might try and get with Aria. That's what I was thinking in the moment. But we saw what happened, which was so weird to me because I don't think we saw any like calm moments with Mariah and Caleb because they was always bickering. She was wanting so much from him that he wasn't giving to her. And I'm like, this is not going to work. And I still don't think it's going to work, even though he proposed, which I thought was crazy. I'm like, because what changed in that time that we didn't see that made you want to propose to her? Because what we saw was a bunch of bickering. What was y'all's thoughts on that? But like I said, I felt like Caleb and Aria was gonna be the one. I felt like they was gonna be the one couple that was gonna become the new couple. Let me see what you said. I do think Mariah and Caleb have a listing marriage. I cannot see, why is it white? Okay. I do think Mariah and Caleb have a listing marriage despite how the show and the reunion went. Think of her, Jenna. Right. That is true. That's a true comparison. Do y'all feel like they're going to last? I don't feel like they're going to last. Because didn't they film the show a year ago and they're still engaged? There's no movement. She clearly wants to be married, so why is there not any movement with y'all being married? If y'all been engaged for a year and she really wanted to get married, I thought she would have at least been married within a year. Who knows? But let's move on down here to Scotty and Aria. Y'all ready? Buckle up. Buckle up. So, Scotty's 30. Aria is 25. He is the one that gave her the ultimatum. Scotty wants to get engaged to Aria, his girlfriend of 3 years. Oh, so they were 3 years. I feel like somebody was 6 months, but I can't remember. I can't remember, but maybe I'm tripping. But Scotty wants to get engaged to Aria, his girlfriend of 3 years. At the end of the experience, I hope my partner will choose me in a way that I have chosen her, he says in the trailer. But Aria feels that the professional sacrifices among others she'd have to make in order to take that step may be too much at the present moment. Her being 25 years old, thinking about her career, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Them being together for 3 years, and she still feels like she's not really there yet, where she feels like her career, because I believe they were, what, 2 or 3 hours apart from each other. I think he was in LA and she was in the Bay. If her career is thriving out there and you really want to be with her and you really want her to be your wife, I think he should have relocated. If you know that she's got a career that's thriving right now, if that's what she wants to do and you really, really love her, you're going to make that sacrifice. You're going to go to her, at least I think. Because especially if you're the one that wants to be with her, you go to her. Because what was he? I don't even remember what his occupation was. But when Scotty and... Because I already talked about Aria. Let me see what you said. Hold on one second. Let me get out of this white part so I can read it. First of all, Aria is way too bad for him. Exactly. Both of the black girls is the prettiest ones on the show. Prettiest ones. But yes, absolutely. He looks like he stinks. I know. And he is very controlling and manipulative. We're going to get to it. Gives you scary vibes. Everybody said that. I immediately knew it. I didn't see it initially. But that scene with him and Zaina, when they were sitting there doing work, and he tripped out about her eating before him, that's when I saw it. But we'll get to it. But I would not feel safe around him 3 year long. Yeah. And 3 years long distance, absolutely not. That's too much. Because it's like you're barely seeing each other, and then you're only really communicating through FaceTime probably. Like, how is that going to work? How does that work? Especially for 3 years. But when Scotty connected with Zaina, I was like, okay, they seem like they kind of are on the same page. I was starting to like what I was seeing. Like, it seemed like it might have been too good to be true in the moment, which it was. But I was feeling it. I'm like, okay, I can see where this could probably work. Like, they had a lot of the same common interests. They wanted a lot of the same thing in a partner, in a relationship. They both wanted to be married, obviously. They're both around the same age. It just made sense in the moment. So as we got towards, when did it start to switch? It was really out of nowhere, too. That's the craziest part. Because when it switched was when they were sitting there doing work. He is scary, the way he be staring them down. I know. We're going to get to it. I'm building up to it. But that scene when they were sitting there doing work, because Zaina she was the most relaxed out of everybody, if you ask me. Like how JR called her what do you call her? Nice toxic or whatever the fuck he was saying. I didn't see none of that from Zaina. I didn't see none of it from her. He's very concerning. Something about him, yeah, DB for sure. Something about him just gets cuckoo crazy. But when they were sitting there having that conversation, it just randomly came out of nowhere because did it start before he asked? I'm trying to remember the turn of events because it happened after. When they were talking about a date where he wanted to take her out, I think it was like bungee jumping or some shit or some hot air balloon where they was up in the air. She didn't want to do it. Which I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, me, I'd have been like, okay, that's cool. Like, go through other ideas. There's plenty of different dates that you can do. You don't always have to go do one particular thing. Even if you really want to do that, make a compromise. Maybe she's not ready to be up in the air with you right now. She don't trust you, probably. Very likely because y'all really don't even know each other. I want to say y'all barely know each other because y'all been together for 3 weeks. But you really don't know each other. So at that point, why would she want to be up there with you anyways when you look the way you do? But that part, and then he switched it to wanting to do cryotherapy, which I'm like, who wants to do that as a date? Like, that was crazy to me. And of course, she shut that down. And that's when he started talking about how he doesn't like being rejected. I said, Zaina, red flag. Because people that act like that, they're the ones that are extremely, extremely hard to break up with. Because when you got somebody that takes rejection, that can't take rejection, they're crazy. So when you try to distance yourself from them type of people, they're going to always be around. They're going to always do crazy things, and you're going to have to worry about your safety at some point. But then he switched to ask, because what did she said something about food or whatever. I forget how it happened, but he tripped out about her eating because he was like, did you eat without me? And she was like, yeah. And it's just like, you act like she got to eat with you at all times. And not only that, like, she don't always got to cook for you because, hey, first of all, she ain't your wife. She ain't your wife. She's your trial wife, but she's not your wife. I love Scotty and Zaina until the boys' night. He showed his true colors. He is crazy as fuck. Exactly. That was me too. But then we'll move to that part. I'm trying to debate if I want to talk about it. Yeah, we can talk about it. But boys' night. We can move to boys' night. Because the thing, I don't know if y'all caught it the way I did, but the whole situation with JR, the way Scotty handled JR with the way that he handled Caleb, y'all saw how he got really passive aggressive with Caleb. Like, he was kind of like giving him a lot of like rah-rah energy, but kind of passively. He knew that he could do that with Caleb because Caleb does not give off that vibe that he's very confrontational. Scotty is that type of nigga that will literally sit around and get off on being the hard one to the one that is not going to give you that energy back. But when it came to JR, he didn't possess any of that energy that he had for Caleb and later on had for Zaina. He got way too intense. Even him denying that he was holding hands when Aria was crying about it. Right. He started screaming at her too. I just knew it. I knew it then. I was like, okay, something ain't right. But then when he got back to the house, Zaina got back to the house from girls' night, and they just in there having normal conversations or whatever, and he's sitting there staring a hole through her. That look that he had through her was when I got on the community page, on my YouTube community page, and told y'all he is a psycho. I told my sister he gives serial killer. Like, the way he was looking at her, I was like, Zaina, get out of there. Get out of there. Because then whenever he started questioning her about the text, she was literally like trying to ask him questions like, why are you even questioning me about this? Very, very. And he said, it's a yes or no question, pretty much saying like, I don't need you explaining. Who the fuck are you talking to? That's what I was like. But the thing that I love about Zaina though, he was never gonna. And you can see that he can do this, and he's so comfortable doing this with Aria. He would never be able to do that with Zaina because Zaina shut him down every single time. The thing that I didn't like about Zaina was the fact that she didn't even have to do it. Like, in a relationship, what she does, like trying to talk through things, that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship. But you don't know this man from a can of paint. Yes, everything that's happened beforehand looks like it's good. It seems like it's good. You want to be there for the trial marriage and everything. You want to do the experience, see it through. You don't know this man. The way he was looking at you, you should have got out of there. Because like what Sergio said, DV, I was like, he looked like he about to go through her. Like, I'm like, get up out of there, Zaina. Wasn't it, Rachel? I'm telling you, that look was crazy. Crazy. So, and I know a lot of y'all women was like thinking the same thing because I couldn't wait to finish the episode so I can go look at Twitter. And I saw the same thing. I typed in serial killer, hashtag the ultimatum, and that's all I saw. Everybody immediately knew, like, get up out of there. Get up out of there. She was clocking his ass every time. Every time. Movie Bay, what it do? Y'all go check out Movie Bay's review. She did the most perfect season review. Because Movie Bay, that's her thing. She likes the reviews. Like, the review where she could talk about it as a whole. Y'all know I like to do the play-by-play, which I'm mad I didn't do it this season. I started watching the season after they had like all 5 episodes out, and then the next set of episodes is about to come out the very next day. Y'all know how I am. I like to get everything done consistently before the next set rolls out. It was too late for me. Too late. But yeah, so, and then I want to then move to, did they have another moment? Oh, and then that scene where when they went to play basketball, and I felt like I don't want to say he was unnecessarily deep too quick. But when she asked that question, I forget what kind of, they was playing a game or whatever, and he went to that question that he had, he was asked, I forget what the question was, but he talked about his dad and everything. And that was sad, definitely was sad, but I was like, damn, that was a lot. That was a lot, but it told a lot about him too, because like you could tell he's very reactive. I don't want to say he's very reactive. Yeah, he is very reactive, which makes me think that he movie bay. It makes me think that I want to dig up his past. I feel like a lot of his exes should come out, just like how oh boy, Tyler's from Love Is Blind. The way they came out with stories, I need to hear stories because I know that his past is not clean. Something about him just gives off crazy. Watch Inside Job. What's the Inside Job? I'll check it out though. But yeah. So then let's move to these texts. The text scene because he's still on this JR stuff. And like what Zaina said, it sounds like you're intimidated by him. When she asked him that, do y'all see how flustered he got trying to act like, no, I'm not intimidated by him? That gave intimidated. Like the way you came at her, the way you came at Caleb, you didn't possess any of that energy when it came to JR. I'm like, you are intimidated by JR because you didn't give him any of that energy that you gave her and that you gave Caleb. And whenever that happened, when they were sitting there and he's talking about why are you bringing your phone in the bathroom or whatever, like what Movie Bay said in hers, I'm the same way. My phone is with me at all times. No matter where I'm at, it's with me at all times. When I'm going to the bathroom, especially at nighttime at 1:30, first of all, why are you clocking what time she's getting up in the middle of the night? The fact that you remember 1:30, that's some weird shit to me. What are you doing up? You should be asleep. Granted, he could be a light sleeper, but what are you doing up, looking at the clock, seeing what time, knowing that she's taking her phone, probably clocking how much she's in the bathroom, how long she's in the bathroom. And if it was such an issue to you then, why didn't you address it whenever she did it? But then again, you don't even have no right to even be addressing it because that's not your woman. And then not only that, if she wants to take her phone to the bathroom, she can do that. Like, that part was so weird to me. He wanted to fuck JR. I wouldn't put it past him. But the way she was tearing him up, she was tearing through him in the most eloquent way, and you could tell that he just couldn't handle her. Like when she said, what did she say? He was saying something to her, he was very passive aggressive with her. He was gaslighting her the whole time. She was picking up on it the whole time. When she said, basically, me sitting here talking to myself is better than talking to you. Zaina, she quick with it. She's smart. She flexed that intelligence on him on numerous occasions, and I was glad she got her shit and got the fuck up out of there. Because she should have did that the night before. But everyone does have a story to tell. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Which pissed me off how, and I told Movie Bay this earlier, how at the reunion, that's why I can't stand Netflix reunions. That's why I didn't do the Love Is Blind reunion, because it was a waste of time. They should have really dug into his ass about these scenes with Zaina. They didn't even talk about any of these scenes with Zaina where I feel like that was a discussion that needed to have been had. Like, they should have been questioning him about why he acts the way he does, why he likes to gaslight people when he's the one in the wrong, sitting there accusing her of something and then acting like she has no right to be a little bit upset at the fact that you sitting here accusing me of some shit that I didn't do, and then you want to get mad at me when I'm telling you that I didn't do it. And then she even was trying to get him, she's like, I would literally tell him, I'll call JR right now. You didn't want her to call him because you knew you was full of shit and you knew she was telling the truth. But I was very glad when she got her shit and got up out of there. That's when I was like, at this point, Scotty needs to be alone, single. I was like, he don't need to be with nobody. But what does he do? When he and Aria meet back up, did I talk about them other couples? No. Okay, was that it? Yeah, I talked about them. Okay. Mariah, I'm trying to make sure that I'm finishing up the couples too. But Scotty and Aria, when they got back together for the end to pretty much either stay with each other, propose, or leave single, they don't do psych evaluation. Right. Because how did he pass it? There's no way he passed the psych evaluation. No way. He's a podcast ass ninja. Yep. Yeah, he gives off them vibes. But when he proposed to her, movie, I don't think you even touched on it whenever they proposed. If you did, I can't remember. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it. But when he proposed to her, he was telling her all these sweet nothings and everything. She was crying and everything. And you could tell everything. You could tell that everything he was saying was what she wanted to hear because she got emotional. And I immediately knew that she was acting off of the emotions when she accepted that proposal. Because when he got down on that knee, I don't know if y'all was doing it, but I'm good with body language. I read body language super well. She looked so uncomfortable when he got down on that knee. And I knew then and there that she was not going to still be with him when they got back to that reunion. Which is why I died laughing whenever She talked about how they had broken it off because she had acted off of emotions. And when Vanessa had asked her, like, when did you end the engagement? When did you realize that you acted off of emotions? And when she turned around and said that she ended the engagement the next day, I fucking died laughing. That shit cracked me up because you could tell that hurt his ego. Like, you literally, and he pretty much sat there and was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have did it because it was clear she was gonna act off of emotions. But you knew what she was there for. But my thing is with Aria, I felt like she should have stuck to her guns. Because she knew at the end of the day that man he wasn't shit. She knew it. Her being with him for 3 years and not seeing this side of him that Zaina saw, she had to have seen it. But then again, it makes me think Aria's not as strong as I want her to be. I feel like the way she came at Mariah, I don't think we've ever seen her do that with Scotty. We don't know what they do behind closed doors, but who knows? That killed me. When she said the next day, I started screaming. But let me think. Is there anything else I want to talk about this couple about before we move on to these next two? Just look at him. He look crazy right there. Just look at him. He look crazy. Crazy. Psycho. All right, let's keep it moving. 14 of y'all in here, and we got 15 likes on the video. I'm cool with that. Make sure y'all share the video. If you're new here, subscribe. Hopefully the next season brings the same type of drama, because if it does, I will be here for that. But we're now going to move on to, we can do Nick and Sandy. This couple. He is 38 years old. She is 27. He gave her the ultimatum. After 2.5 years of dating Sandy, Nick says that he's ready to settle down. Sandy, however, is 10 years younger than Nick and doesn't feel like she's at the stage in her life yet to get married and settle down. That we knew. Looking at the picture alone, you can already tell who was the one that still wants to be out here in the streets and who was the one that is low-key psycho. Psycho. She is weak because she goes back into a state with her Yeah. You right. Nick must have them big bucks. He an artist. Like, do they really make money like that? Unless they're like really painting and doing stuff for like big time people, for like big time businesses. I don't know if they're really making that much money. It really depends though. I feel like you got to be a big time artist working for big time people, big time businesses, in my mind, to make a lot of money. But yeah, something about Nick was keeping her there for 2.5 years, which, looking at how she was acting, I'm shocked that she even was in that relationship with him for that long. But these two, I immediately didn't like Sandy. I could already tell I was not going to like her. I could tell I wasn't going to like her. She just gave off the vibe, which we know that she ended up trial marrying with JR, who also I immediately did not like. Nick was with Vanessa, and what I told her initially, the arm around the neck says it all, right? Foreshadow. But he was with Vanessa, and like I said, him and Vanessa's vibe at the beginning, I was liking it. I'm like, Nick, this might be the move. Like, you might need to leave her. Yes, let's keep it moving. we got to talk about this couple. But Nick, with him and Vanessa, I was like, okay, this might be the move. But whenever she ended up leaving, he was already tripping low-key about Sandy when he saw her with JR. I was like, this is about to be a mess. I could already tell he got a tick up there that's going to go off. And when it go off, he going to crash out. And what did he do? Crash out. But before we get to his crash out, Sandy with JR, they connected on the Scorpio shit. And I feel like they connected on the most important thing with their connection, their relationship, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Both of them had fetishes that they wanted to get off on each other with these hall passes. Because they both were given the ultimatum. So these two were looking for the hall pass. That's really what it was. That's what I got from it. And their hall pass, she wanted to get with a black dude. He wanted to get with a white girl. I'm going to call it like it is. That's what it was. The difference is between her and him, she just wanted to get that itch scratched. He really wanted her. He really wanted her. And it was clear. Like Zaina said at that reunion, it was so obvious that you was more into her than she was into you. Like, that's really what it was. Nick is actually insane. He should have been embarrassed. Sandy is a little thotty trying to act classy, right? And connections. You already know movie, right? But yeah, that's really what it was. And the way they tried to act like they had a deeper connection when it came to certain things. All these fellas had bad mental health. I thought they did psych evaluations. Exactly. The only one that seemed like a decent human being was Caleb, like I said. And even Micah didn't give off a vibe that he was psycho or crazy, but him entertaining JR's conversation, we'll get to it in a minute. That was weird to me. And then who else am I missing? Dave. Dave seemed like he was chill too. Like Dave didn't give off any red flag vibes. He just didn't know if he wanted to be with Vanessa, which is clear he don't. But even though they engaged. Are they engaged? I can't remember. I can't remember because who cares about them? But this couple, like I said, they're trying to get them fetishes off. They tried to act like they had a deeper connection than what they did. They bonded on being Scorpios, and they bonded on the fact that both of them are horny. Like, both of them clearly wanted to fuck. Like, let's just keep it real. If they could, they would have. JR was just waiting on her to give it to him. Like, if she would have threw it at him, he would have caught it, and they would have been in there doing it every single night. And the crazy thing is that we found out at the reunion, in which we kind of found out whenever they was out there on that patio or on their deck having that date where Nick saw them. They're up above him, so he probably would have heard it all too. You know why he was entertaining that conversation production plan, right, exactly. But yeah, these two, that's really all it was. They tried to act like it was more than that. I didn't like Sandy going to that girls' night, trying to act like what Zaina said at the reunion. I ain't even asked you about nothing going on with JR. I didn't ask anything, and you just volunteered that information like you was really not trying to be with him. You was trying to make him ready for her. That was all a lie because you was entertaining him. Like, yes, he was kissing on you, but you was kissing on him too. Like, let's just keep it real. Like, keep it real. So for her to sit up there and lie in her face and act like nothing was going on, acting like they weren't even hooking up and doing anything, y'all were the only couple that actually got physical with each other. That was the weird part for me. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But Nick, that night when he crashed out, I was cracking up. Because when he went up to their room, was trying to barge up in there, I was laughing. But Sandy, you could tell she was enjoying it because I don't know if y'all caught it, but she was over there snickering and laughing when him and JR was going back and forth at that door. And Nick was entertaining to me. He was entertaining to me in that instance, but I knew he was crazy. Like, for him to be 38 years old and in this situation, it said everything that you need to know. Him being 38 years old on the ultimatum, giving ultimatums to a woman that's 27 years old. It just says everything. Like, everything you need to know says it. When you talk about that too. Going and conveniently saying that you got it wrong. No, you knew what you was doing. You went over there to get that same tattoo as JR because you knew that she was feeling him a little bit. Even though I don't feel like she was really feeling him like that, but she was feeling him because, like I said, he felt that fetish that she wanted to scratch. That was weird. But, what else? JR, the way he, we can scroll up here now. Because we can talk about him here. JR and Zaina. I didn't know Zaina. First of all, I didn't know Zaina was really, really close friends with Cheyenne until like after the fact. But that makes sense. But Zaina's 32, JR is 33. Zaina gave the ultimatum to JR. Since meeting on a dating app almost 3 years ago, Zaina and JR are synced in many ways, but one area they don't align on is marriage. For JR, his reservation comes from his past relationship history, and because of that, he wants to be absolutely certain before taking the next step. Keep it a buck. But these two, I knew the minute JR opened his mouth that he was gonna go straight for Sandy. I knew it. I don't mean to sound like that person, but the way he talks lets you know that he is dying to be with a white woman. Because you got Zaina. Zaina is bad. Like, Zaina's bad. Aria's bad. But Zaina, she, out of all the women there, even though she has some ways about her that's like, Zaina, wake up. Wake up. Like, JR is not who you need to be with. Because especially at the reunion when we found out later on that she was still entertaining him after the show. That was crazy to me. Because I thought she was going to stick to her guns where she came in here and was like, look, I'm cool with... Like, whenever they had that conversation before they ended up splitting, she was like, we either gonna get proposed, you either gonna propose to me or I'm gonna be single, and I'm cool with that. I'll leave single. I was like, okay, so she gonna leave single, and that's just gonna be it. And she bad enough to go get another dude. Like, there's gonna be another dude gawking at her because look at her, and she's got everything going on. Not only just the physicality, but she's extremely smart upstairs. She got everything. She knows what she wants out of life, and a man that's ready to make you his wife is going to be all over that and do it. Exactly. He's giving get out vibes, copying it. Exactly. He is a coon. I'm glad you said it. I was trying not to say it, but he is. I hate that all the men on this show gave him a guy complex. It's because they scared of him. Like that big muscle, like him being like that. He act like a punk too. Zaina is so out of his league. Exactly. But the thing is too, the crazy part is he's gonna be on, which I'm saying this thinking it. I think he's going to be on The Perfect Match if they do a season 4, because I think they already filmed season 3. If they do a season 4, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to be on it. There's no doubt in my mind that Sandy's going to be on it. But yeah, shit, I'm glad it happened the way it did because she needed to get up away from him because she's too good for him. But yeah, he is a coon. And like the way he acts, like I said, I told you, I knew he wanted to be with a white woman at the end of the day. You want to be with one, you want to be with one. Cool. But don't sit up here and act like that's not what it is. Because that's what it was. The way he made them comments about wanting mixed kids. And he said it on multiple occasions. That shit was so weird to me. But it makes sense. Like, he's that type of person. Like, you look at him and you could tell that's how he thinks. Like, wanting a mixed kid, that's crazy. When you got a beautiful woman like that. And then not only that, him having them reservations about making her his wife. Because of his last marriage. I want to know what happened with that last marriage. Like, why are you having these reservations? Because the way you act, it sounds like, to me, the way I think about it, I feel like he was the one that was in the wrong, which is what ended that last marriage. Where he's getting on here trying to act like he was done wrong, which is why he has all these reservations about marriage. It's like, no, you probably was the one out there. You probably was cheating on her. That's just really what it is. Like, the way you act on this show, you was basically cheating on Zaina. And you would have done that. And I guarantee you, if say Sandy and JR had a conversation about their future for real before any of the later events happened, if Sandy would have said, I want to be with you, he would have left. I don't even think he would have even gave Zaina the time to even tell her, I don't even want to be with you no more. He didn't want to marry her because he likes men. That's a choice. He said that she cheated. Yeah, he cheated. That's clear. But I think we pretty much talked about everything, I think. But hold on. Zaina at that reunion with that chip in that nail. First of all, she stayed, and that's what I like about Zaina. She don't let these men walk all over her. Granted, she let JR run game on her because I don't know how she got out of here and let him still do her the way he been doing her. Like her buying him gifts and stuff, and just for him to stand her up on her day. That was crazy to me, which it was crazy that was finally what woke her up and was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. She should have left before that. But her being on his head that whole reunion, I got my entire life watching that. That was what I wanted to see. That was what I wanted to see, and she did. She did not let up off of him. That chip that she had in her nail that showed him receipts. I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. I don't know why she did all of that for him. He was showing signs that he didn't even care. His demeanor. Right. Because the way, whenever they first got, like, in all their scenes, and I'm talking about all the couples, each couple kind of talked about their significant other that they came there with, except for him. He didn't mention, I don't think he mentioned Zaina at all in the 3 weeks that he was with Sandy. He didn't even think about her, none of that. That told me everything I needed to know. And I saw a lot of people online saying, like, did they come into this show single? I'm like, I can see why you're questioning that. But not only that, but she at least was thinking about him. Like, she was going back and forth thinking about JR. But he wasn't thinking about her at all. And that was very telling. He showed his feminine side. Y'all clocking something. Shit. But yeah, something about I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. But what else I want to talk about? I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. Y'all tell me what y'all want to talk about. Because at that reunion, the only thing I didn't like, well, that's not the only thing. Like I said, with these Netflix reunions, they don't do enough. Nick and Vanessa, they don't really get into the meat and potatoes of what needs to be asked. I feel like they need to change hosts. I feel like they need to have. I mean, they can host the show during the duration, but the reunions need to be hosted by like Anessa. She needs to host the reunion. I'm trying to think who else would really get into the meat and potatoes. Who do y'all think should host the reunions? I need somebody that really because like even when we talk about Netflix reunions like Love is Blind, they didn't get into any of the real stuff like during the last couple seasons either. Like there's a lot of stuff that happened online that nobody even talked about. I like her creativity, but that receipt was weak. I want to know what else. Yeah, there's probably so much in that folder. There's probably so much in that folder. Then it could have been a fake couple because he's a fan of the show and she got connections to other people on reality TV. You might be right. I wouldn't doubt it because Cheyenne's been on TV and she's been around Cheyenne for a while. And like you said, he definitely is a fan because he ended up mentioning past people from the show and how they handled it. Like when he had that conversation with, what did he say? He said he owned up to this being a hall pass. Like this is what I like. Zaina watching this back, I could only imagine how she was acting watching this stuff back. Because it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. But I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. If y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about, we can do it for the last 7 minutes. Because we've been on here almost an hour. And I'm tired. But like I said, if y'all have not already, go watch Movie Bay's season review. She's in the chat. It's on my community page. Go watch it. We need to host it. Right. Because we basically host reunions low-key on these damn lives every single... We know what to ask. We know what to ask. These are things that need to be asked. And I'm not... I'll take a Netflix check because you know them checks is probably nice. But, yeah. This season as a whole... It was definitely entertaining. The first season, I didn't even watch the second season. I didn't even know they had the second season out already. Because I watched the first season when it aired, but I didn't watch the second season. The third season, I didn't even know it was out until I saw Tammy Talks doing her first episode recap. I was like, oh, let me go ahead and watch this. But this season, I feel like this season brought a little bit more drama than the first season that I watched. I got to watch season 2 to know what that one was giving. This one, the cast, like I said, for a whole, the cast, I didn't like the cast at all. Like, when it comes to these people, I'll go back down the line again. Dave and Vanessa, I'm indifferent about them because we didn't really get to see too much of them to really have an opinion. The Love Never Lies host, I haven't watched that show. I need to watch it. Y'all put me on. I'm going to go check that out. But these two, I didn't really have an opinion on these two. Dave seemed like a cool person. He just needs to figure out if he really wants to be with Vanessa. We'll see if they actually last. I guess I won't because I'm not keeping tabs on them. Y'all let me know if they do, if y'all do. Chanel and Micah, I didn't dislike these two. They didn't do enough for me to dislike them. But they ain't do enough to make me want to care about their relationship. So I hope they're okay. Scotty, I don't like him at all. That's clear. Did not like him at all. He's a psycho. Have I seen the Ultimatum South Africa? No. I probably need to watch it. My day was busy. I worked today. I just killed myself in the gym. And I just got out the shower. So once I finish with this, I'm getting into bed. I'm going to watch this UConn USC game, the rest of this game. But how was your day? But yeah, Scotty did not like him at all. Aria, I really like Aria. I just wish she would stand up. But she did stand up finally because we find out that she finally left Scotty. I hope that's still true to this day because you never know what happens after the fact. But she's beautiful. She got a lot going for her. So I wish her the best. Mariah and Caleb, for the most part, both of them seem like good human beings. I don't see this lasting. I don't understand how he quickly, after arguing with her for 3 weeks, decided he wanted to propose to her. That was weird to me, especially considering the fact that you came here already not wanting to, and then I didn't see anything that happened during the show that would make you want to do that. That was crazy. But she seems like she's got her head on her shoulder. She knows what she wants for her to be 24, so that's good. We'll see you baddies tomorrow. Yeah, you'll see me tomorrow with baddies. I'll be on time tomorrow for that. So you'll see me there. And the Johnson's Cabaret. You'll see me with Movie Bay and Legend on Monday. Yes, you do. I'm almost there. You already watched it already. You done binged because you binged the Ultimatum. What, yesterday and the day before that? Kind of like I did with Rhythm and Flow. You literally did the same thing that I did with Rhythm and Flow. Because you remember y'all told me to watch Rhythm and Flow before y'all did the y'all was gonna do the live, which I ended up on with y'all. And I didn't watch it until the very last minute. And I got hooked. And I just binged it the whole day while I was working. But I guess I'm gonna have to check it. I'm gonna have to check it out. This couple. Nick, I liked him taking accountability halfway throughout it. But I feel like Nick, at the end of the day, I feel like he's just lost. I feel like therapy is needed. To find out that he's in a relationship already, I feel like that's too quick. Because I feel like that's probably not going to work. He got to figure out his inner demons, knowing that he has a drinking problem. And he got a tick, which granted, I feel like most of us do have a little tick. But I feel like he needs to sort out his internal issues first before he gets back into another relationship, because that's going to be detrimental. It's always going to be an issue, and he got to figure that out first. Sandy, just be a hoe. Just keep it real. She ain't ready to be nobody's wife. Let's just keep it real. Zaina and JR. Zaina, too bad. Too bad to be dealing with niggas like JR. Too bad. I wish her nothing but the best. She's beautiful. She's smart. She got everything going for her. Everything going for her. If she lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, I might go find her. But JR, I ain't got nothing for him. Fuck him. Fuck JR. That's all I got to say about that. What you mean robots? You talking about Mariah and Caleb? Yeah, they dead. They don't have no personality. Either one of them don't. But Aria brought some personality out of Caleb, if you ask me. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got. We are at the 59-minute mark. If you have not already, please thumbs up the video. Please do. And if you're coming onto this video after the live, thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you're new here. I'm in the Netflix pool now because I did a whole season of Love is Blind. This is my season review for this one. I know The Perfect Match season 3 is coming. I'm going to do that. Oh, I've already been in the Netflix. I just remember me and Movie Bay did Squid Game, the challenge season 1. We did episode by episode, but we did them like 3 videos. Like we did them as they dropped them. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to do that again. Movie Bay, you let me know in these comments if we are. We are. We were supposed to audition for season 2. We might do it for season 3. But yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, Perfect Match. I'm going to try and do that this season. Love is Blind, when that comes back, I'm gonna do that again. What else? I guess when the other Netflix stuff come out that I'm interested in, you'll see me on there. And yeah, y'all know Baddies, I'm doing that. Jocelyn's Cabaret, I'm doing that. Traders is coming in January, I'm gonna be doing that. The Challenge All Stars, I'm gonna try it again. Y'all know, if you watch me for my challenge recaps, I never can finish a season. I'm gonna finish this season because Davon is on this season. That's my dog. Gotta watch her. What else is coming in January? I think those are the only 3 because we got Baddies and Jocelyn still. So that's Baddies gonna be till damn April probably. And then that Baddies Gone Wild, they doing that too. And then Traders, The Challenge. I hope Love Island Games comes back sooner than later. But if not that, we'll do that. Love Island. It's a lot of love shows. But I'm doing those. And yeah, y'all know where to find me. Yeah, we doing it. Y'all know where to find me. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I thought nobody was going to be here, so I'm shocked that at least 16 of y'all stayed with me the whole time, so that's cool. But yeah, I will see y'all then. I'm signing off for the night. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's night. And if you watch me for Baddies and Jocelyn, I will see y'all tomorrow. And that's all I got. Drink your greens if you want a flat tummy. I'll see y'all later. Peace.